don't make the same mistake that I did. If you watch this video to the end, you are going to be years ahead of where I was because I didn't take my own advice, so that's why I want you guys to get this information because I didn't. Basically, don't wait to start learning about the business end of music and just focus on the music because you're gonna be behind when it comes time to learn the business. Let's talk about it.
You know that we coming liars. I'ma keep praying to God. Tell those little niggas stop it. Tell my mama that I got this. You know that we coming liar.
What's going on? It's Pimp Fried Rice. Welcome to the Music into Millions podcast, where we give independent rappers the tools and resources needed to be successful without waiting on a record label. Like I said, I've made this mistake myself, so I want to give you guys the wisdom. That way you guys can get ahead of where I was, where I am right now. So basically, one problem that I had is I focused so much on learning the music, whether that be producing or rapping or whatever aspect of the music I was learning, guitar, so on. I didn't learn about the music business aspect or the music marketing aspect or anything besides the creation, and it did not help my career to progress. If you're not focused on growing your career, like the social media, the distribution, the publishing, the merchandise, the touring, your music is essentially just going to be something that you're putting, like on SoundCloud or you're putting on streaming platforms, and you're not going to get a lot of traction. You need to, first off, treat yourself like a small business because you are a small business, but then you also need to learn how to run a small business. Definitely, if you're new, if you're 10 years into this like I am, if you're 30 years into this, no matter what, from today on, you should be learning the business side and the music side at the same time. And it doesn't have to be the same day. You can allocate different times to it. Like, one thing that helps me is I have a day where I do all my business stuff, which is my Mondays, and then I have Tuesdays through Friday, which I pretty much just create music and I have fun and I work with artists and I do all that different stuff like that. And then there's little periods throughout the day where I work on my business, but for the most part, that's kind of how I deviate it. So by doing that, I allow myself, Monday is the day where I write out all my content for the week, and I write out and I do all my podcasts. I figure out what merchandise I want to come up with. I figure out what deals I'm going to be having on my website. And then Tuesday through Friday, like I said, I am pretty much just making music, having a good time. Saturday, it's kind of up in the air. I depend if I have sessions or if I want to work on something, business aspects, so I kind of leave that one up for each week to be its own thing. But really, the sooner you start, the better, because you're gonna need to learn this kind of stuff even if you have a manager, even if you have a team behind you, because it's good to know what these things mean, what these things do, what these different things are, because that way, one, you can keep your team in check, because if you don't know what they're supposed to be doing, they could be doing it wrong, they could be doing it, not to the best of their ability, they could just be taking you in a completely different direction than you want to go. So by you knowing the business end of things, you are actually kind of creating like a safety net for your music career, for if anything were to happen, like your manager quit on you, or your team disbanded for whatever reason, you could still at least handle the foundation and the basics of it, you know what I mean? Pretty much just start to allocate time every single day to learning something new, whether it be listening to a YouTube video, reading a book, networking with someone, because the more you start to learn, the more ideas you're gonna get on marketing campaigns, the more, basically your brain's just gonna start to spark ideas and fire ideas up, and you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, let me give this a try, let me see if this works, let me network with this person. And then as you begin to do these things, your game's going to improve, your networking game's going to improve, and you're going to start to build better relationships with people. Your marketing game is going to improve, and you're going to start to make better campaigns that resonate with more people, and they're going to be like, I got to check this guy's music out. You're going to start to know how to run a merchandise business better, to where you're actually making good profit, and then you can invest it back into the clothes to make higher quality clothes, make it for cheaper, or whatever you want to do, and then just start to legitimately run it like a business. But you're not going to be able to do that unless you know how to, treat yourself like a business. And so basically all I wanted to do today is I wanted to give you guys a couple points of reference that I use online or books, just basically that are great sources of information on how to run a business, whether it's just like a business in general or focus solely on music stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is this book, which I've talked about in other episodes before, and it's a thick boy, so bear with me, but it's All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman. And now this book, they come out with a new version like every couple of years or so. And this book literally breaks down everything you need to know. It talks about royalties and splits and publishing and touring and really everything, streaming services, digital rights, all that kind of stuff. Like, this book is jam-packed full of information, and like, I probably would recommend even reading this book every year or so, just so that way you can stay up to date. Until you really like memorize this thing and know this thing inside and out, like, just keep revisiting it. Even if you have like a specific topic you want to learn about, like, you can just jump right to that section and then learn more about it, but it's really going to help you get a better grasp on the things outside of the music. So definitely grab this book. This is the 9th edition. It's actually out of date. I got this like 3-4 years ago or so. They have a revised version that's newer than this. They actually might even have like 2 versions ahead of this one. So I got to update mine. But yeah, definitely grab this book. Everything you need to know about the music business by Donald Passman. Super fire, and it will definitely help you to get a grasp on things. And so, also, I wanted to talk to you guys about a bunch of YouTube channels that I really fuck with and I really watch myself. Like, I'm really big into watching them. First off, Music into Millions podcast, obviously. I'm going to give myself that shameless plug right there. If you're watching it, you already know we do types of videos like this all the time. My main goal is to really just help rappers and help anybody who's in the music world who wants to succeed independently, to help them be able to have the tools and resources, kind of like I say at the beginning of every video. Next, and this might be my favorite one besides my own, is Music Entrepreneur Club. Music Entrepreneur Club is a podcast. They are a group of, like, on Facebook. They have a website with like seminars and stuff that they do, but it's run by Damian Ritter, DJ Payne 1, and Kato on the track. And Damian Ritter used to be a record label owner for Funk Volume. DJ Payne 1 is a producer, and Kato on the track is a producer and artist. And so basically they all came together and they literally just drop gems all the time. And it's free on YouTube, and I actually think it's free now to join the Music Entrepreneur Club, like the Facebook group and their website and all this stuff. You used to have to pay for it, but then they got bought out by BeatStars, and now it's actually free. I don't know if it's like you have to have a BeatStars account in order for it to be included or what, but because I have a BeatStars, so I don't really know. But yeah, definitely check them out. At least watch their YouTube videos and their podcasts, because they are full of gems. The next one is Burstamo. And Burstamo is a British company. I think they're like an indie record label or something like that. But they basically talk about music distribution, music publishing. They talk about how to get on the radio, how to get on Spotify playlists, how to write electronic press kits, how to get on blogs. Like, they're really good, I feel like, from the distribution and publishing aspect of things. Like, Music Entrepreneur Club deals more with like record label issues or buying beats or, you know, how to deal with managers and stuff like that. But Burstamo is a lot of the publishing, the distribution, really great information. They're not necessarily marketed at rappers, but the information they provide is great. Like, they deal more with like alternative music and stuff like that, but all of the same things they talk about apply to rap music. Next is Curtis King. Curtis King is one of my favorite YouTubers. He started off making videos for rappers and producers. In the past year, he has just started making videos for producers. He got a little bit more focused when he opened up his sample pack company called Slap Experts, which, shout out to you, Curtis, because I use your sounds all the time and your melody loops, and you guys are fire, so keep that up. I love what you guys are doing. But if you go back to his older videos, probably like a year, 2-3 years ago, he has videos on mental health stuff for rappers and stuff about your just physical health and your body and how to write better, how to freestyle, how to get your music distributed. And he was actually sponsored by, I believe it was Airbit, which is a company that sells beats, to basically just educate rappers on the process of buying beats and getting beats and how to use them and what all the terms mean and like what this means they can do and what that means they can do. Super great information and awesome channel, and he's just a hilarious personality. Next is Brandman Sean, and he is the man to go to if you want to learn about marketing. He talks about marketing, distribution, publishing, all that stuff like that. I think they changed the name of their channel recently to, I forget the name. If I remember it, I'll put it on the video. But yeah, they're an awesome channel. I highly recommend checking them out. Damian Keys is another one, but that's Keys like Key. Yeah, Keyes. He's another British guy. Talks about distribution companies, publishing, Is it worth it to be signed to a label? Having a manager. He talks about just like current events that happen in the music business, all different types of stuff. Super dope. Vanessa Lau, she is a social media marketer. She doesn't focus on music or anything like that, but she just drops so many awesome gems about how to run a YouTube channel, how to run an Instagram, how to run a Facebook, how to run ads, how to market to your target audience, how to really appeal to certain people. She has really great information and great videos. Check that out. Like I said, not music focused, but marketing focused. Gary Vee, I shouldn't have to explain who Gary Vee is. Most of you guys know who Gary Vee is. Watch his videos, watch his Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter content, all that stuff. He always talks about gratitude and happiness and being authentic and being real and just really putting yourself out there and putting out as much content as possible, which you guys should already know I'm a big advocate of. Next is Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is one of the top marketers in the world, in my opinion. I've read like all of his books. I actually think I have read all of his books. He's like, in my opinion, like the Kanye West of marketing, because Kanye West is like the GOAT of music to me, him and Young Thug. But Russell Brunson is like the GOAT of marketing because he knows what's going on. He's super smart. He started a multi-million dollar company that blew up without no backing and anything like that. Like they didn't have any angel investors or anybody who gave them ventured capital. They did it all out of their own pocket and grew a massive software company. He is awesome. I highly recommend checking out all of his content. He's like, I don't know, just check it out. He's a dope guy. Next is Producer Grind. For all my producers out there, they are a really great channel. They drop all types of gems. It's a podcast where they interview other producers and they'll just talk about whatever topic is relevant to that producer, whether it's the music they're doing or the artist that they're working with. All different types of gems, all type of great interviews. If you like to listen to interviews, I highly recommend watching that. Even if you're a rapper, you could get some gems out of there. Like you can get information on how to talk to producers and other stuff like that. So I recommend anybody who's in music checking that out, but it is mainly for the producers. And the last one is Smart Rapper. And Smart Rapper is essentially what it sounds like. It's a YouTube channel that teaches you how to rap, whether that be freestyling or how to get a better flow or how to focus on rhythm or what multi-syllabic rhymes are or internal rhymes. And they just break down like the technical side of rap, which is really cool because some people need a little bit more improvement on that. Some people just want to learn some new things. They're a really great channel for that. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. That's a bunch of YouTube channels that I really like. That's a book that I really recommend that you read. And honestly, like I said from the beginning, just start learning about the business now. Don't just focus on the music. Focus on the music and the business. That way you're not just growing like one part of your body over here and this other part's kind of staying small. You're growing whole as a unit, and then you're going to look back and be like, wow, I'm a successful rapper now because I know the business and I make great music. So that's pretty much it. Let me know down in the comments, are any of these channels that you watch or that you check out right now? And if so, which ones are your favorite? I'm curious. Or if you have any other channels that you watch that give you great information, let me know because I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to figure out some new things. Other than that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.